Good day, folks. I want to welcome you to the Ken Flash Show. And today I want to talk to you all about life, struggles, success. In life, things will not always go your way, but you always have to find a way. And that's what I want to speak to you guys about today. I've had instances in my life where I really had to wonder, why is this happening to me? And haven't we all been through that state? For example, I didn't meet my mother till I was 14 years old. Then about 2 weeks later, I was shipped off to a correctional school, or what's it, a reform school it's called. Leading up to that, I was getting a lot of trouble in my life. Getting a lot of different issues, getting in a lot of problems. Life seemed to have not been going my way. My father, I didn't get to meet my biological father. He passed away 2 months before I was born. So I grew up in a scenario that didn't know my mom, didn't know my dad. But life doesn't always go our way. But we do have to find a way to make it work. I was very fortunate that I got the opportunity to grow up with my grandfather, hardest working man I ever met in my life. That's the way he showed his love, through hard work. You know, for the time I was a baby, a little whippersnapper. You know, I got pictures of him taking me out on the boats, but I got me pulling the boats in. That's where we grew up. Grew up on the water, we grew up on the boats. And that's the way that he showed love to me, through hard work. So that's where a lot of my work ethic came from. Now, when it comes to the softer, more loving side, my grandmother was playing that role in my life. But then my grandmother passed away when I was 10 years old. I just knew what it was to be in that scenario in case of hard work. And I would go through life, see other kids, and they would, you know, be going through their crying and their issues about, you know, my parents got divorced. And for me, that didn't really resonate with me because I didn't come from that. And I always think to myself, you know, why are you crying? Like, get over it. So what? Move on. Because that comes from a background of, I didn't know my mother till I was 14. I never did meet my biological father. My grandmother passed away when I was 10. And I only had my grandfather, 70, 80 years old. He was way up there. I went through a lot of downs. I went through a lot of trouble, went through a lot of issues. Again, being shipped off to Syracuse, New York, to be in a reform school. Further down on the line in my life, I got to meet some great dudes, got to meet some great guys, and be exact. One of those dudes named Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith was a huge change in my life. He was a positive role model in my life. He liked a lot of the same things I liked, you know, sports, girls, and money wasn't necessarily on my mind then, you know, so my teens, but of course, which teen doesn't like money? But he very much focused on that. I want to be the best businessman there is. I think he worked in sales at the time. I want to be the best salesman sales has. You know, I want to stay fresh, look nice. I want to be good at my sport. And a lot of that rubbed off on me. In life, sometimes you don't always have the right path set out, but you got to figure it out and make it happen. And for me, having the ability to have somebody like that around me enabled me to start looking at life in a much different manner, in a much different way. And I said, you know what, rather than getting in all this trouble, that's one, keeping me broke, plus putting me in more issues, I want to surround myself with more people like this. I want to continue to drive forward and enjoy life in this manner, in this way, because it's a much better feeling, a much more fun feeling. Having those positive role models around you make a hell of a difference and take you out of struggles and put you into places and opportunities of success. Life may not always be what you want, but you can create what you want. And that was my solution to the issues and the troubles and the trials that I was getting into as a youngster in my life. Just recreating good out of the bad and making that work for me and leading me into a career of boxing, which took me all over the world, allowed me to see new places in my life. Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Amsterdam, Brazil, Ecuador. I've been so many places that I would have never dreamt of going. So remember, the ball may not always be in your court when you start off, but you can eventually shift things around and make life work for you. Now, I want to challenge you today to think about that. Say to yourself, things aren't always going my way, but that's not the end all do all. I still have the opportunity to create the life that I want to live the vision that I see, produce the happiness that I want. And I encourage you today to act on that and start to execute and reframe your mind Put yourself in a position, the train of thought, to know that the ball may have not started in your court, but you can certainly put it in your court and make the life that you want out of it. I want to leave you with that today. You can make what you want out of life. And this is today's episode of the Ken Flash Show. Peace and love. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Make the life you want to live.